Today I just wanted to share a few yoga poses that you can do to help loosen a tight IT band if it's giving you trouble. Some of the workouts that we are doing and the jumping, I can see where that can get inflamed. So I just wanted to share a few options with you. The first one is real basic. Most of you already know how to do it, but it's called a figure four. And so it's where you're going to take one leg and cross it perpendicular across the other leg. And you can stay upright if you want to. You can do this laying on your back, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now, if this isn't enough for you, if you don't feel the stretch here, and you do want to make sure you're sitting up nice and straight, you can drop your lower leg and kind of hold your leg that is up like a baby. You can start with it in your hands, kind of rock it back and forth, or you can put it in the creases of your elbow and pull it into your chest. Now, none of these moves you'll want to do cold, so you'll either want to do them after your workout or after you've had a really nice warm-up. And you're just going to pull that into your chest, and you're going to feel that tighten or loosen right along there. And you'll want to do both sides, so I'm just going to demonstrate one side today, and you can apply that to both sides. Another great one is you can take that same stretch and lie on your back. And again, in a figure four, you can put it in the creases of your elbow or in your hands, depending on your flexibility. And you can even kind of tuck your arms through the hole of your knee and pull it in. If that's hard on your neck, you're welcome to lay your neck back. But again, that's going to get that stretch in the IT band and the outer hip. One of my other favorite poses is called fire log pose. And that's where you're going to take your leg and you're going to line it up perpendicular to the side of your mat, and you're going to flex your bottom foot, and then you're going to take your other leg and you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to line up your other leg perpendicular to your mat, or I guess parallel with your mat on this end, and flex both feet. So for some of you, that's going to be so tight, and your knee's going to be up here. And if that hurts, then you're going to want to put a blanket or a block there to help take the pressure off. One of the things that's important to do or to think about in yoga is that you don't necessarily want to force a stretch, because that's where you get injured. So you want to be able to actually relax into it so that your muscles can soften and relax, and that's where they will loosen more. Some of us think if we force ourselves into it, we're getting a better stretch, but we actually get a better stretch when we relax into it. So again, if you need a blanket or a block, that can go there. The goal is to get your legs to be parallel and to stack on top of each other. If you want to take this to the next level, you're going to walk your arms forward and you just stop where you feel that in your hips. You're going to feel it right at the top of that IT band where it connects. And so you can just walk your hands forward and go down as low as you can go based on how loose you are in your IT band and in your hips. The other one that I really, really love is just a real simple straight leg up and cross over your body. Now with this one, I like to shift over and sit on the top of my hip that's on the floor. And then I like to hold it with my opposite hand and kind of pull it up towards my head. And then, and this is where it gets really good, is you take your other arm and you kind of shift and rotate your hip out. And you want to go as slow and gentle as possible, because it's going to be pretty intense. But that one gets my IT band from the top of my hip to the point on my knee where it connects. So you just really gently rotate your hip out. And that one feels amazing on your IT band. So again, you're going to want to do those on both sides of your body. The other most common one that most people are familiar with is just going into a pigeon. Now, pigeon can actually be pretty dangerous if you don't have the flexibility. So if you are up here, again, similar to the other fire log pose we did, you can stick a blanket or block there. I do like a blanket because it's soft and you can kind of relax into it. The goal is to get your front leg parallel to the top of your mat. But if this really bothers your knee, I'll turn towards you so you can see it. If this really bothers your knee, feel free to pull your foot in and point the toe towards your back leg. So this is the goal that most yoga people cue, and that's perpendicular to the front of your mat with your toe flexed. Well, that can be really hard on your knee. So if that's hard on your knee, you're gonna get a very similar stretch, pointing your toe back in and keeping your hips parallel. So that's another very common pose you can do to stretch it out. Now, you can do a lot of these standing as well. So when I was laying on the mat and I had my legs straight out and across my body, you can do that standing on one leg. You can also do figure four standing on one leg if that feels better for you. I'm not going to demonstrate it because I don't have my camera set up for that, but I hope that that was helpful and gave you some ideas on how to stretch that out a little bit. Please excuse my fussy almost 3-year-old. Story of mom life. But anyway, I hope that was helpful, and I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'd love to hear if any of those stretches are new for you or if they are helpful for you. Have a great day.